Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. Freedom from pains and miseries to happy, healthy and peaceful life. Based on 108 mantras to awaken your soul. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita, my questions and God's answers. And today the series is Power of Knowing Yourself and God. And pranam to Guruji, Hariharji Maharaj, for his blessings, his guidance. I'm Satya Kalra, the founder of Path to Anandam and your host for the session. And whatever you see, the bestseller books, our presentations, counseling, all is coming from blessing from Almighty and Hariharji Maharaj. Today, the series 80. This is based on Gita verse 34 from chapter 13. And today actually the summary of chapter 13 as well. So know the path to liberation. Ultimately, it is giving us how to go beyond this materialistic world and live in Anandam and experience our true nature that I'm Satchit Ananda. So know myself and God. How to know both? How to discriminate? How to develop our discrimination about ourself, Atma, Paramatma, Jivatma, and what are the benefits? How to become man to God, and practice and homework and my sankalpa. I know the path to blissfulness, along with meditation and question and answers. So let's all pray together to Lord Krishna, being a Arjuna of today, seeking the guidance humbly and surrendering to him. This is the basic requirement. Whenever we ask for guidance, we have to be very humble and pray from our heart and surrender. Karpanye dosho pahat svabhava prashyami tvam dharma sammood cheta paschat yachase syani nishchitam brohitan me shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanyam shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanyam. Arjuna said, my heart is overpowered by the weakness of pity. I have lost all my composure and my mind is confused about my duty, my dharma. What should I do? What should I not do? Therefore, I'm requesting you to tell me when and what is definitely good for me. When should I have it? I'm your disciple. I surrender to you. Please instruct me. As Arjuna lost his heroism, and then he requested for guidance. Similarly, when we lose our composure and get confused, these prayers are very powerful. And by praying, Lord Krishna blessed him with Srimad Bhagavad Gita's wisdom, the infinite wisdom. And finally, then he said, I do as you advise. Initially, he said, Na jyotasyati gopindam. I will not engage in this dharmic war, Kurukshetra. So with the blissful journey and learning from Bhagavad Gita, he finally agreed to perform his duty. And with that, going on that blissful journey, he finally acknowledged that he has the company of God and realized that he's not just the Atma, not just the body, not just the Atma, but he is a part of Paramatma. So here Hariharji Maharaj has given us many, many quotations and summaries how to practice the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, this infinite wisdom, which is actually the step-by-step spiritual instruction manual. Everything in this universe nowadays, you go, even the toothbrush comes with the instructions. But when we are born, we are not given any instructions. We learn from our parents, we learn from the society, but Bhagavad Gita, it is the spiritual instruction manual that gives us the true knowledge of the creation and the creator. Our body, individual soul, Jivatma, and the supreme soul, Paramatma. And how to enjoy a blissful journey from Jivatma to Dharmatma to Mahatma to Paramatma. In other words, how to become one with God. The purpose, which is the truly purpose of our life, realize our true nature that I am no different than God. I am Satchitananda. And that's what Hariharji Maharaj always emphasized, guided us. And he always taught us that know yourself, that you are the body, but not just the body. Body is your temple too. Hold the Atma. This is the instrument to operate in this world. But the energy which you have is Atma, and that is given from Paramatma. So again, thank you very much, Swamiji, for guiding us. So this journey from sorrow to supreme bliss, through wisdom, through Gyan Yoga. Initially, we have learned from chapter 1 to 6 through Karma Yoga, how to experience the presence of God in our life through Karma Yoga, and then how to become his beloved, experiencing him even closer and closer to you through Bhakti Yoga. And then now we are on the Wisdom Yoga, Gyan Yoga, where we are learning who we are, who is God, what is the relationship with us and God through the Atma, through soul. So soul is the carrier for us, the bridge between God and us. And again, this is the chapter 13, Kshetra Kshetragya Yoga, the path of knowing the Creator and his creation. We are a part of his creation. And knowing the difference between body, soul, and supreme soul, Jeev, Atma, and Paramatma, through true knowledge. Now it is the Gyan Yoga section where it is the true knowledge, true wisdom, which is also known as the transcendental knowledge, Sankhya Yoga, integral knowledge, metaphysical knowledge. But it is the true knowledge, it is the knowledge of self, God, and how to become one with God. And in other words, how to experience the oneness, his presence. So union with God, self-realization to the path of knowing body, field, soul, and supreme soul. In other words, we have to learn to discriminate, develop the discrimination and wisdom with this Gyan tripod, which is the knower, the supreme power, what needs to be known as the wisdom, and what about knowing about our body and God. So just before we move forward, today, although the presentation will be shorter because I like to hear from all of you, but just to summarize, knowing the body, Kshetragya, which is also known as Prakriti, Maya, body, and you and me. We are all a part of Mother Nature, Prakriti, and this is about us, which is Kshetra. And then Kshetragya, the creator, the Purusha, which is also known as Purusha in Bhagavad Gita, God, supreme soul. But basically, we are Nar and God is Narayana. So again, what is the difference, fundamental difference between us and God? We are the body, and the current which flows in us is Atma. The body is temporary and it is changeable, keep changing every day. On other hand, God is permanent, always there. It's a pure consciousness which does not change. It is eternal, it is imperishable. And we are, that's why it is called asatya. Because one day we are in one moment we are at one status of mind which is temporary, then it goes to next one and next one and next one. And eventually the body keeps changing and eventually deteriorates and dies, where the eternal always remains. It's a real. That's why I say, nasato vidate bhavo, na bhavo vidate sata. And also here is as the mind gets disturbed by very external things, lot of external things in the field due to the body. Body is made with iti shariram konte, and then it says this sharir is made with 24 elements. Those 24 elements, that's our indriyas, 5 are indriyas, 5 are bhuta, 5 elements, and then senses, and then the elements of the senses, and then all these Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ankar, which are the modifiers of these senses. So there are 24 elements, but all these give us agitation. You can see that how we get worried and fearful and angry and upset and all these because we forget that we are that beautiful, pure Atma, beautiful Atma, which this Jeev Atma is on that blissful journey. We could be on blissful journey, but we could also, when we get upset, we forget about everything, whether we are physically disturbed or mentally or some worries, etc. And we get disconnected. We feel very disconnected from the supreme power, where when we are connected, the God, it's always sthit pragya, that gyan. There is no ignorance in this blissful journey. When we are calm, when we are Chit prakya, the stability of mind, the serenity of mind. We feel so connected with God. That so we are basically an embodiment of bliss, Satchit Ananda. But we suffer due to attachment, desires, anger, all these problems. However, the Purusha and Prakriti, the energy and the matter, all these body is considered to be a matter. The energy which flows is the current, which is a potency of energy. They cannot be separated. When we are living, we have both. When we die, then only body remains. Soul is separated. But they are integral part of it. So both are one. Both came from God. So this nature, Prakriti, is made, created. That's why he's called Kshetragya, created by Creator, by God. So everything in the universe is made with matter and energy. And that is the true knowledge. Once we understand that, then we respect not just the God, but his creation. We respect other people because they are also a part of his creation. And all the things around us, we become more appreciative of the universe. So today's verse is basically, it is path to Anandam. Kshetra kshetragya yoren anantaram gyan chakshusha bhut prakrti moksham cha ye vidyaranti te param. Those who perceive with the eye of wisdom the distinction between creation, body, and the creator, the knower of the body, soul, also know the path of liberation from the bondage of material nature and attain the supreme abode destination, which is called Param Dham. And the state of that is self-realization. So in other words, once we know, develop the discrimination between body, between ourself, and experience the presence of God through our Atma, and know when we are disturbed, when we are little bit sidetracked, we also know the paths of liberation. There are many paths of liberation. But we know the path of liberation, and that's how we stay on the path of liberation. By doing that, little by little, we reach to the final destination, Param Dham, or the state of self-realization. But one thing I just put a note here, any path or combination of paths can be practiced. For example, selfless service, knowledge, Gyan Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, meditation, surrender. And also last week we spoke about even just by hearing it, we could reach to Param Dham. So here, this is a beautiful one. I saw it and I thought I should share with that from Chandakya ji. A man is born alone and dies alone, and experiences the good and bad consequences of his karma alone. And he goes alone to hell or the supreme abode. So it further explains, based on our karmas, we could go to Param Dham or we could go to hell. Means we continue to go birth, we go beyond the cycle of birth and death, so we just continue to recycle ourselves. So what is the power? The power of knowing yourself and God. And the power and what is the process? So this is, I just You have seen this slide before also, but I just wanted to bring it in from the different context today, that here we are. Most of the time, whether we have some worldly desires, or we are a little bit upset here and there, or we have some worries or hatred, basically want anything out of this is called Vishad Yoga. This is where Arjuna, you can see that Arjuna was in Vishad. He was confused, dejected, worried, fearful. But through Karma Yoga, and God gave him the knowledge of devotion, bhakti yoga, and knowledge yoga, all the combinations, he could transform himself through this blissful journey. And finally, he understood what is God and how he got connected with supreme power. He also understood that what does God mean? Who is God? God is basically love, kindness, peace, Anandam, steadfastness, abhay, satya, sam, all these divine qualities belong to, this is the qualities of God which we have talked about it. Now, here is an example. I took again Hariharji Maharaj. We can take it as a Guru Gobind Ji or Guru Nanak Ji, or anybody is close, or you can resonate. But basically, initially, here is the Jeev and Jeev Atma. Like, or we are at the state where we are Jeev and Jeev Atma, Jeev Atma. By doing the dharma, by following our duty like Arjuna did, and here Guruji did. Guruji actually, he even after the Pakistan division, he was offered the position to go in the politics. And he said no, he chose to spread the message of Bhagavad Gita and teach Bhagavad Gita. So he followed his dharma, he followed his duty because he felt that is needed. So he found his path. And by doing that, he became dharmatma. In other words, when we follow our duty, we follow our dharma, then we become dharmatma. By doing, gradually he become Mahatma, because we purify ourselves, transform ourselves by practicing our karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. Little by little we purify ourselves. We go beyond ignorance. We understand that everyone is a part of creation. We start seeing God in them. We start serving them. Like Satya Sai Baba always says, love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. So through that, little by little, by following our dharma, fulfilling our responsibilities and duties, one becomes Mahatma. And you will hear many saints are known as Mahatma Ji, Swami Ji. So we used to call Guruji, Swami Ji, Mahatma Ji, Maharaj Ji, all those names. But by doing that on that blissful journey through self-transformation, they eventually go to Param Dham and go to oneness, where they become merged with Paramatma. So this is the process. And as Vivekananda said, everyone has a potential to reach there. So as we are the devotee of Swamiji, guide us to the Bhagavad Gita, we could follow the same thing. We have that potential too. So we should not be discouraged about that. So the key is we have to continuously practice. So we should have a plan of our blissful life. We should witness. Another name of God is witness, Sakshi. So we should just witness ourselves how we are doing it. Follow this spiritual planner, because Vasudev Sarvamiti, God is everywhere. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's as close to as our breath. He's in every breath. We are breathing because of him. So he's in my breath. He's that close to me. This breath goes in every cell of the body. So he's in every cell of my body. So by practicing, understanding that I am not just the body, but I am also Atma, operated by the supreme power. And the key is we have to develop the divine qualities. All those, which are the true knowledge. And divine qualities are Abhay, Satya, Adveshta, Santushta, equanimity, serenity of mind, steadfastness. All those are given over and over and over. We should practice and transform ourselves and purify ourselves and go beyond this. This is how we will go beyond birth and death and go to our Paramdham and experience the oneness with supreme power and experience that I am Satchit Ananda. But again, here is I put the 30 days planner, and here is the everyday practices to get up in the morning, start your day, whatever resonates with you, whether you read Bhagavad Gita, do your mantras, and take care of your body, mind, and soul through yoga, pranayama, meditation, and then practices. And then evaluate yourself in the evening. How am I doing? And continue to practice and then let go. Then just let go. So the homework, be aware and ask myself or yourself, self-inquiry. Do I have a plan for my supreme goal of self-realization, oneness, or reaching to my destination, Paramdham? Am I on the path of divinity? Do I live in awareness, in consciousness of God, mindfulness of God? Do I do meditation? Do I observe myself, focus myself? Do I see God everywhere? Do I experience him? Those are the questions we should be asking ourselves. And once we start practicing, living in awareness, seeing God in everywhere, kan kan mein, chan chan mein, then we can experience him all around. So our sankalpa is, I am liberated. I know the path to liberation. And again, don't get discouraged, because according to Bhagavad Gita, only 1 in 1,000 know the purpose of life. And you are on those, one of those, because you are continuously practicing this. So continue to practice and sankalp prabhavan, apna sankalp leke, apna oath leke, and then continues to seed and reap the fruits through flowers and sprouting the seeds through it, but all comes with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. But it's a slow process, as you can see, little by little, shanai shanai uppar med. Atma sanshaya man kratvana kinchet apis chintet. In other words, we should continuously live in the consciousness of supreme power. So our sankalpas, we have many sankalpas. We started this series from 74. And there it was from I am Atma, not just the body which we have spoke about. Then I know God is all, Vasudev Sarvamiti. Witness the play of God. God is light. So many different forms of God we discuss. And I know the cause of my birth and death. We also learned that and took the sankalpa. And then last week, it was the oneness, God and I are one. And now, today's, I am liberated. I am happy, healthy, and peaceful soul. I experience the supreme power, presence of God in my life. So thank you very much. or the power of knowing yourself and God. And